This is the DJI Osmo Action 4, my favorite action camera of all time, and today I want to share with you my honest opinion about this camera. Starting with the design, on the outside the Action 4 shares almost the same design as the Action 3, except for a slightly darker color and a slightly different magnetic base mount. However, on the inside there are some major differences. The Action 4 has a higher waterproof rating of up to 18 meters and improved built-in microphones. This is an audio quality test of the built-in microphones on the DJI Osmo Action 3. Testing. This is an audio quality test of the built-in microphones on the DJI Osmo Action 4. Testing. DJI has also improved the external microphone connection with the Action 4. There is a wider gain adjustment scale that ranges from -20 to +30 dB as opposed to -12 to +20 dB. And if you adjust the gain correctly, you will not have any interference issues when using it in windy conditions. That was one of the biggest issues with the Action 3. No matter how low you set your gain when using an external microphone, if you use it in windy conditions, it introduces a lot of interference noises, crackling noises, etc. Testing the Rode Lavalier 2 microphone with the DJI Osmo Action 3, and I've set the gain on the camera to -6 decibels. Testing the Rode Lavalier 2 microphone with the DJI Osmo Action 4, and now I've set the gain on camera to -6 decibels. Moving on, the lens filter on the Action 4 is completely different. It has a different thread size, which is unfortunate because if you have filters for the Action 3 and you want to upgrade to the Action 4, they won't be compatible. Also, the Action 4 now includes a lens hood filter in the box, which can help gather more light in low light conditions. It doesn't make a significant difference, but I'm sure it will help if you're filming in a dark situation. However, using this lens hood will make the camera non-waterproof, so keep that in mind. Moving on to battery life and overheating, I fully charged my camera and then started recording in my studio with a room temperature of about 27 degrees Celsius. I managed to record in 4K 25p for 128 minutes before the camera shut down due to low battery, and 97 minutes in 4K 50p before the camera again shut down due to low battery. In my opinion, the battery life and overheating performance of this camera is fantastic, especially when compared to the GoPro Hero 11. Also, it charges super quickly. I think you can go from 0% to 80% in about 20 minutes with a compatible charger. The Action 4 shares the same clean and organized menu system as the Action 3, but with a few minor differences. First of all, it's now possible to adjust the sharpness and noise reduction levels in the camera using 2 presets or by manually adjusting everything, which I am so happy about because that was one of my biggest complaints about the Action 3. It was way too oversharpened digitally. I recommend leaving everything at 0 or the default preset for the most part, but if you want more flexibility in post-production like I do, then set everything to -2. Next, the Action 4 no longer shoots in HDR, which I personally don't really care about. I never used HDR on the Action 3. Additionally, it has a new last settings option in the snapshot menu, which allows you to use your most recent settings when using snapshot mode. Gyro data can also be recorded if you turn off Rocksteady to manually stabilize your footage in editing software like Gyroflow, which can be helpful in low light conditions or when shooting with ND filters. I'm also happy to say that the Action 4 doesn't split files when shooting in 4K at 5 minutes. It does so at about 20 minutes now. It's not perfect, but it's much better than on the Action 3. Moving on to optics and image quality, the the field of view is the same as on the Action 3. However, when compared to the GoPro Hero 11, the widest field of view of the Action 4 is wider and has much less distortion in the corners. As for image quality, which was something I was really disappointed with in the Action 3, the Action 4 has truly impressed me. It features a new 1/1.3-inch 10 megapixel sensor which can shoot up to 4K 120p and delivers fantastic low light performance. In fact, it's the best I've seen from an action camera. I have some shots that I captured at ISO 3200 and it still looks relatively clean. Compared to the Hero 11 and Action 3, there is a massive difference. It also has very accurate colors straight out of the camera thanks to its color temperature sensor. It delivers very sharp and detailed footage, unlike the Action 3 which was muddy and mushy. The minimum focus distance is now 40 centimeters compared to 30 centimeters, and the dynamic range has been improved significantly, especially if you shoot in the new D-Log-M flat color. I really can't emphasize enough how much better the dynamic range is on the new Action 4 compared to the Action 3. Take a look at these clips side by side. There is a massive difference. The Action 3 blows out the highlights, whereas the Action 4 keeps everything balanced. I'm sorry to say, but the Action 3's image quality is awful, which is why I didn't use it that much, but the Action 4 has completely changed that. I now prefer using it over my GoPro 11, even though the GoPro is slightly sharper when filming at 5.3K and might also have a slightly wider dynamic range. However, it comes with many other downsides. The D-Log-M profile is also much better than the Cine-like. It's a bit flatter, which can be harder for beginners to color grade, but it delivers fantastic results. I have a free LUT for D-Log-M available for download below, but I would appreciate if you can click like on this video before downloading it. Thank you. Another improvement I found on the Action 4 is with Rock Steady. It's not very noticeable when shooting in daylight, but it's definitely noticeable in darker conditions. The Action 4's Rock Steady generates fewer artifacts and is generally more stable than the Action 3. I would say the Hero 11 is still superior with Hyper Smooth, but the Action 4 is now very close. You also have the new low light image enhancement mode, which helps reduce artifacts from lights even more when shooting in low light conditions. However, it's only available in normal color and regular rock steady setting. Overall, the image quality and stabilization performance of this camera are fantastic. I don't really film a lot of action sports with it. I just capture quick bursts of shots and do some vlogging, and I'm really happy with this camera. In my opinion, it's the best action camera of 2023. If you think otherwise, let me know why down below. It has excellent built-in microphone sound quality, battery life, overheating performance, image quality, and stabilization performance, and most importantly, it's very dependable. I can't really find many negative aspects to this camera, except maybe for the power and record buttons, which I would like to be a bit more clicky, but that's a very minor issue. GoPro is expected to release the Hero 12 next month, but according to the latest rumors, it's expected to be quite similar to the Hero 11 with some minor improvements. If that's the case, I would prefer to go with the Action 4. However, DJI, if you're watching this, I would like to provide a few suggestions for a future firmware update to make the Action 4 even better. First, I would like to have the option to preview my clips in slow motion in normal video mode. At the moment, you can only do it in slow motion mode, which I don't really use. I would like to have this option in normal video mode. Second, I would like to see maybe zebras to see if I'm overexposing my shot, especially when shooting in D-Log-M profile. And lastly, if it's possible with the hardware and software, I would like to see 360 degrees horizon lock, but in 4K rather than 2.7K. Thanks for watching.